I'm
Selective
confused.
hearing right there.
Soft words seem to imply that at some point we left BDSM.
Yeah, Don was mentioning that people were talking about BDSM yesterday in Theta.
That's a little scary.
I mean,
But,
anything
hey.
involving Theta generally is a little scary, but.
Well, hey, everybody, welcome to the stream. I don't know if anybody's watching us, but somebody is.
Did that actually make it in? I hope it made it in.
With the BDSM references.
Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
I'd hope so. I would hope so.
Is that the new hashtag trending or something that I'm missing? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sure. Yes. It's something the youngsters do.
The youngsters understand.
Yeah, the young'uns, yeah.
I'm pretty sure everything that the youngsters talk about was like invented in the 70s. Trust me. I mean, they used to have freaking key parties, right?
You were breaking up a little bit there, by the way, Dawn. Just as an FYI.
Oh, I'm breaking up while she's driving.
I'm just
surprised.
Like it's never happened before ever on a show.
Did she try to tell me to shut up and like broke up right that moment?
Oh no! That was my censor button. I was just censoring her when she said to shut up. Sorry. We're on a 7-second delay. Not okay.
Yeah.
By the way,
we got some TNT in the house.
All
hey
right.
TNT, Monkey Boy.
How you doing, Monkey Boy?
Welcome to the show.
Yes, for those who don't know, Soth has been downgraded. We have some young guests that have made it up the hierarchy. No, actually, I didn't know Soth was going to be a video. You would be above the guinea pigs.
It is a test. Like this is an experimental kind of sort of thing that we are trialing out right now.
They want to see if putting guinea pigs up gets them more views.
They are literally our guinea pigs right now.
No. This is a test to see if we can get Caleb back on the show by having cute animals.
That is funny.
I miss Caleb's ramblings, and
seriously,
also I miss.
I've told him he needs to show up, but no.
Thank you for the follow,
and I miss Dirk. And in a strange way, I miss Dirk going off on him as well.
Thanks for the follow, Garrick Germany. We were a little we'll call it DIY with some of the cardboard in our little box here. Some of the white base got delayed in shipping. It won't be here till Monday, but they got it. So these are a Christmas present or a Hanukkah present, however you want to go for it. But they keep getting a lot of Christmas stuff. So the little brown one over there in the corner, his name is Luffy, after a little anime character. That was my middle son. I can't tell which one's laying in the other corner, but I'm suspecting that is Teddy, as in Teddy Roosevelt, because that's number one son who loves politics. And I believe the one in that gray station far away down there is Bacon, which is my daughter's. She named him Bacon. He has
Is it because she likes bacon?
No, I don't know. He's a pig, and she wanted to call him Bacon.
Oh yeah, okay. He's a guinea pig, so
not like a real pig, but and so he's down there under the tower. We were contemplating just before the show how we might do this from an engineering perspective, but we thought maybe we would
figured it out.
Little ramps, like a little bicycle, raceway around the edges. Because they like to come out of there and I can't believe they're
just run.
Fast. You see videos of guinea pigs and they just kind of, they waddle along and do their thing. Not these, man. These guys.
Yeah, no. It's called the zoomies, apparently.
Oh.
A friend of mine wound up with a guinea pig recently. And I phrase it that way because that's what happened. Somebody left a guinea pig cage on her front lawn in the middle of the night in like late September, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah, and
she
was trying to find a home for him, and eventually just said, you know what, no, screw it, because like she couldn't even take him to a shelter because the shelters in New York City won't take them.
Oh wow.
They've gotten too many.
We
that
have
sucks.
guinea pig specific shelters where I live.
That does not surprise me.
It is wild.
The thing is, like, there wasn't one guinea pig in the cage. There were two, but only one of them was alive.
Oh, that's
Oh
bad.
god, that sucks.
Yeah.
It might have been
Yeah.
it was a little chilly or something. They don't.
No, it was, from what she said, it was definitely not
Not a
environmental
optimal scenario.
not a calm and uneventful event.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one yawn in there in the corner. The big yawn.
She eventually decided to name her guinea pig Piggy Smalls,
Piggy Smalls.
which means obviously the dead one was too big.
Too big. Well, we're hoping to get a little activity out of these guys. They're kind of funny. They jump. They say it takes. They've been here 5 days. This is their 5th day. They say it takes 2 weeks for them to get acclimated. They're like eating out of our hands. You know, they're like, you know, we're up there. They're just like running around, having a good time. So yeah, we were gonna get one for my daughter, and then I looked into guinea pigs, and they like to be in pairs, at least have friends. And then 3 of them were born all together and came to the the pet store together. And
Are they?
And I said that to my wife, and she goes, "Oh, well, you can't split them up. You have to buy all 3."
Are they boys?
They're all boys.
Okay, you're gonna have to keep an eye on them
Yeah, we've been kind of watching them
because they can get territorial and they will go after one another, and at that point they have to stay separated. You can't reintroduce them.
Yeah, we're watching the one Teddy, who I think is actually in there. He seems to be trying to assert a little dominance in there. We'll see how that works out. So we'll see.
Don't worry about it, Eric. Guinea pigs normally live in colonies of hundreds.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There was like a month of research
but
by Eric
it's
before we got him.
You know, when they can't get away from one another is when that can happen, Don.
And you notice that's a pretty big pen area.
Yeah, you need to have. They need to have a lot of room. The thing is that most people, when they keep guinea pigs, right, like they keep them in like hamster cages, and those are way too small.
Oh yeah. I was looking at what they had, and I'm like, no, we're getting them a nice little pen. By the way, my wife started with getting one hamster for my daughter. And hamsters are little and fragile and get a little nippy, right? And so we ended up with a guinea pig.
Went.
Yeah. She agreed to it. Then she upped it to 3, so it's out of my hands. Okay, it's all on her. By the way, they went out shopping this morning. The girls did, and they came back with, this is our upstairs loft, right? I mean, there's a Christmas tree on the other side of these guys. There's one on each side of their pen, and another one somewhere else. And they've got their own little fireplace, nice and cozy, right? And that's all our stockings up there. And there's 3 more that have to go up there now for the little guinea pigs. Got stockings.
This does not at all surprise me.
No. We think we'll probably hang them on their cage, right? But yeah, they're very friendly. All of them are. The brown one, the dark brown one there, is probably the most timid and the smallest. And of course, Bacon, with the one hairless ear, is the most social. He makes the most happy noises, and he eats right out of your hand.
Well, of course he's the most social. He's got to get involved with everybody and work with everybody. Come on, it's Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm. If I tell that to my daughter, she'll be like, Kevin who?
Like, oh god.
Right. Hey,
show her the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
I am at least blessed with the 12-year-old daughter who did not need Taylor Swift to see. Thank God. Ugh. Hey, Chief R1, he's from Romania. Hey, hello. I didn't see that earlier. So, everybody, do we, what else do we want to talk about before we talk about Eve stuff? Enough about guinea pig. We're going to, hopefully they won't sleep, right? This is like, Normally they're up by now and playing, but they don't sleep a lot. I mean, they eat all freaking night till 4 a.m. Don't ask me how I know. You know, we have a cam in there. By the way, that cam's in there so everybody can just watch them on their phones whenever they want at this house. Okay.
That sounds about right.
So, absolutely. And we just switched it. We had the Simply Safe cam in there. Boy, did that son of a bitch suck. It's either a bad device. I mean, it just would stop streaming, right? Of course, we replaced it with one of our outdoor Nest cams. We just brought one inside and stuck it in there. It's way better picture and way better. But we do have to talk about the body bag or whatever it is behind McLeod there. That looks like a food safe plastic container wrapped in plastic to keep it from leaking. Right? I mean, do you have Hoff in there? What's going on there?
It is a an IKEA sort of what is it? The sort of like the square kind of room kind of things. Basically just wrapped up in packing material as such, because I haven't actually I haven't unwrapped it from packing material because.
So what you're saying is next show maybe you might have some cool shit behind you.
Well, no, because that's been like that for a little while because I haven't actually finished, fully decorating this room because it's fucking freezing cold and things don't actually like dry out. So,
sense.
It's one of those things where it will eventually be unwrapped and the room will be perfectly great for in terms of like looking good and all that jazz. But like right now, it's just a case of I'm heavily using RGB to sort of disguise some stuff. Let's put it that way.
What is not drying? I mean, are you peeing on the floor? What's the problem there?
No, it's like,
I mean, because I have guinea pigs that can come over and pee on your floor if you want to. I mean,
yeah, I know.
Okay.
Like,
And everything else you want.
Like painting, decorating, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, without essentially making the entire house like a fucking freezer.
Why do you have to make the house a freezer?
Because you have to exchange the air in order for things to dry out.
Okay, my paint dries in like an hour.
Yeah, that's probably because you burn about a billion tons of oil in order to do that.
No, it's regular water-based.
And just
I know, but what I'm talking about is
use a
heat.
box fan to move the air around within the building.
You don't even need to do that. It just dries in a freaking hour. We got to talk. Hesitude.
We can talk, but like I know because I've tried to do it, and it's it's not as easy as you make it out to be in the climate conditions that we have at the moment. So
I understand. You got
all right.
It rains there a lot, doesn't it?
Yes, and it is cold as fuck right now.
Rainy and cold.
Yes.
Okay. It's a little bit cold. I was gonna tell you guys. I didn't know if you guys did this in there, but we did it in the U.S. That if you told Alexa how well your delivery was, Amazon sent $5 to your Amazon people. They had $5 million assigned to this thing, and it was gone in less than 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you to do it, but if you do tell Alexa that your driver did a good job, they will actually get a notice immediately on their phone that you did that.
Do they still get money?
They don't get it. No, the money's done. They went through the first 1 million people in like less than 24 hours. In fact, I don't even think. I'm not
That's
sure,
bullshit.
but
Bezos can afford
sounded. It. Yeah, it's Jassy now. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure that it even made it to the end of the day on the night. So the West Coast might have got inappropriately. I'm not sure of that. But I can't believe 5 million people talked to Alexa, right? Because it was the release of this new skill for the Alexa, right? That you can thank your driver.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool that it goes right on their phone, even if they don't get the $5. But I can tell you the drivers were knocking on doors and handing packages to people and telling them about it. And
I'm sure they were.
They were because, by the way, they also got entered into a drawing, I think, for $10,000 or something too. There's a couple of those that are out there as part of the deal. But
this is my shocked face.
The shocked face. What was it? It was funny hearing comments from drivers going, I don't know, I got people that don't even know what Alexa is on my route. They don't even know what Alexa is. And I'm like, well, that's probably part of the effort. Probably figured that they would be doing it. But you know, I mean, I think it's a good thing. I don't like getting my packages thrown. I do like bring them home because, you know, say, hey, did you look over there? Did you need a drink? Do you need a snack? Do you need anything? Say that driver's back. Said to my FedEx delivery driver this morning. So, yeah, be nice to your drivers.
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
No, she
Heresy.
did not. She did not. She said, my route is almost over, but thank you very much. Because it was something I had to sign for by a doctor. But yes, so yes, we got some interesting wine. I'll let you know how it looks like. There's a sparkling wine in the mix we got this quarter. It looks a little lighter than a rosé, and it's a combination of a Pinot and a Chardonnay, and it's carbonated. I think it's going to be an interesting one to try.
It should be quite nice, actually. Yeah.
I didn't realize I was getting 3 bottles of Riesling in the mix, but because I would have, I don't know. I'm not a big Riesling fan, so there may be some gifts out there this year.
I'm in the process at the moment of mulling some wine, mulling some Shiraz.
Oh! That used to be one the missus used to like, a Shiraz.
One of the things about moving is you end up sort of realizing how much wine you have stored away here, there, and everywhere. And yeah, like without Googling every single bottle to see what the hell it is and whether it's decent, whether it's not decent and stuff. Like I've done the usual of assuming that properly corked wine is probably better wine, so I should put that into the wine rack, and the wine that is literally just screw tops is like the cheaper wine that I'm going to use for mulling. So that's how that's kind of panned out. And strangely enough, most of that is Shiraz. So yeah.
I don't know what the stream thinks if they think of wine, but I am I like the corked wine. I hate screw top wines, especially if I'm paying a lot for it. And some of them are great. I mean, people are just going there because the lack of cork trees right now, right? I think there's a lot of cork trees in Italy.
Well, I mean,
they cleared them out to do some development or something like that. So that's one of the reasons they switched from corks.
I mean, some of this stuff is quite not super old, but it's definitely sort of aged, as it were. So whether it's decent or not, I'm not sure. But one of the reasonings behind actually mulling wine is to kind of use up wine that's not at its optimal, right? So that's kind of one of the reasons why why mulling wine actually ended up becoming a thing. So I'm talking about screw top wine that is anything from 2005 to 2015. So
yeah, well, I've had many wine tastings, informal, right, where we've pulled wine out of our wine lockers, and
good old
it's
wine
always
flights.
Fun with the people who have really, really, really expensive wine, and everybody at the table likes the $15 Rodney Strong wine or something. By the way, I mean, don't get me wrong. Wine is not.
There's some. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's what tastes good. That's good wine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not
I don't need to be.
bottle.
I don't need to be pretentious about my wine.
I do like the wine we do get. We get a lot of it is from Was Cellars, and they really only sell in Napa, and they have a fantastic Pinot Noir from the Russian River Valley. It's just, I just really like it. And the guy that owns the the winery was a cousin of one of the software sales guys that I had many years ago, and that's how we got turned on to them. He brought us out a bunch of bottles, and it was really good. And they're not super expensive, but they're not super cheap either. You're not going to get $20 bottle of wine there, but
yeah,
it's the splurge, right? But I do have a couple, probably 2, maybe 3 left.
Mm-hmm.
I have one that's about, it might be, it's on the edge of like 23, 24 years. So we got to taste it. We got to drink it this December, I think. So.
Yeah, I mean, so that's one of the things about wine that I'm always really confused about. And I it's a case of, you hear that, some wines get really, really good with age, but it's like, well, which ones? And is it like a catch-all? Like all red wines get better with age? Because I'm fairly certain they don't all get better with age. Like,
no,
I'm fairly certain that white wines definitely don't get better with age. So, if you find a 20-year-old white wine, don't drink it because it's probably going to taste like shit.
No. White wines are super young, right? 1 to 2 years max, or 3 maybe. Chardonnay is like a 2 to 3 year, right? The ones I have for 20 years, that's about the limit of a Cabernet Sauvignon. And when I got them, my wife was really into them, and then she's like, "I don't like cabs anymore." And I'm sitting there going, "I got all these cabs downstairs, right? We got to drink them." But I did pick up a Beaujolais Nouveau, right, which is a really young wine. You drink that, and by the end of this month, or it's start to turn on you. But yeah, most things are like 5 years. And yes, they do, especially cabs. They get better, but also as they get older too, that's when the decanter really matters, because you really do want to put, like, if you got a 20-year-old cab, you want to stick it out for an hour at least in its decanter before you.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the wine edition of Push to Talk.
So This is the wine edition.
Whining.
So just as a thing, like, because I'm confused. I'm not exactly like a any kind of like, I don't have much kind of knowledge about wine as such, but like in terms of decanting, right? Like what's the actual function of that? Like, do you know?
You get some of the offensive,
because I know I know like the sediment and stuff like that.
It's more about
it's not that.
Putting like reoxidizing the wine. Just putting air back in, right?
Letting it breathe.
Yeah.
All right. So we're well past the dawn. So.
Yeah, but we were waiting
well past the dawn rule, like
are we?
Mere seconds past the dawn rule. Yes.
Time for we needed you to get done driving, Dawn. I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, in about 10 minutes.
Well, there you go then.
No.
We don't want you to,
Okay,
we don't want you to drink. Right. We don't want you to sort of like talk and dawn,
you don't decant white wines, just red.
Or dawn and drive. Sorry, we don't want you to dawn and drive like irresponsibly.
Right, and yes, Dawn, we could talk about Eve, but I'm pretty sure you're the only one who's logged in like the last month.
Well, I'm not logged in.
That's not true.
But we can talk, like, once Dawn's in a sort of responsible sort of manner. We can talk about mining, because there has been mining stuff that's happened.
Big changes recently in mining, right?
Apparently.
Before we do that,
changes.
I want to say
changes that totally screw over Nusic mining.
Hold on. Before we start on that, I want to thank Viper Hesfy for following, Drakeski for following, and Hazitude for his 30 months in a row Tier 1 sub, and a first-time chatter.
Nice.
Welcome.
What was he said, nothing beats yesterday's talk during Locust Fleet. Ooh. And
Well,
David,
Dawn will have to
13.
explain that
Thank you.
one.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
So
We
we're
don't.
back at BDSM then.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, I thought
Probably.
maybe we were talking about, you know.
What it is I apparently most Locust people are in swinger clubs. I did not know this. I did not know it was that easy to find a swinger club in your area, or that there were swinger conventions. I mean, I knew there were conventions, but still, I didn't know that.
Swinger conventions are surely swinger conventions aren't conventions; they're swinger parties. Like, you know, no
Yeah.
one's
Just-
going to a
just at a
seminar
bigger
about
scale.
swinging.
Did
No one's
I,
going to a seminar or
Well-
like, you know, watching a PowerPoint presentation about swinging.
Did
You would be surprised.
did I ever tell you?
Yeah,
about
I'm gonna have to say that I've got to agree with Solve on this one.
Really?
I can totally,
Really?
I can
Yes.
totally see the
Because-
panels at one of those.
Yeah.
Makes. I mean, okay.
Is there a? Is there an?
You gotta remember the age of the people who like usually participate in these parties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what is it?
That's probably my failing, or like that's probably.
We're not talking mid-20-year-olds, right?
Okay, so yeah, that's where my inexperience in this is kind of shining
So-
through.
Did I ever share Mr. and Mrs. Eric's swinger? That sounds way better,
I
way
think
worse
so.
than it is, right? If you clip that, it's gonna be like, I never run for election anywhere ever.
Well,
But no,
it depends, Eric. Did you have fun?
well,
See, there
the
was
thing is, we had
times
fun, but
playing
let me just
baseball.
explain it. Let me explain it first, right? So, Mrs. Eric and I go for our anniversary to this really cool place in Ohio that has Scottish cottages and all this stuff. So you have your own cottage and hot tub and deck and everything like this. It's just really nice to their internet really doesn't work super well. And you just get away, you can just relax for the weekend, right? And we always go on our anniversary because they give you a discount and it's like our anniversary. It's like a bed and breakfast, but not exactly. And we were driving somewhere, and on every cottage has a little sign, like, you know, the McLeod, right? The Bruce, you know, they've got all these cottages, right? And right on the sign for, McLeod, on the McLeod,
Mhm.
there was this pineapple. Okay, and apparently the pineapple is like a swinger thing. Like, hey, we're having a swinger party, come on over. Okay, my wife somehow knew this. I did not know this from, you know, her selling things on eBay. It has come up. You got to be careful. And so the pineapple thing, and we're driving by, and she's like, "Hey, that's like a swinger thing. There's swingers over there, right? And they're just telling everybody they can come over or whatever, right?" And I'm like, "Okay." Now every time we drive by, right, she's trying to catch them coming in or out. She wants to know who they are, right? 'Cause she's so nosy, right?
That's so funny.
We never figured out who they were. They did drive a very nice car, but yeah, it's not like we went over, guys. We were next door, though. We were the cottage next door to them. But yeah, we did
The funny thing is, it's like, can you imagine just, you know, putting a pineapple, or sort of like, you know, adding a pineapple to your sort of like Christmas sort of wreath on the front door, just thinking like, oh, that'll be kind of interesting, etc., and then having random people come in expecting or thinking like
it's like
you're hosting some event or whatever, and then, so that makes me think like down this rabbit hole of like, you know,
that's like,
can you put random fruit, like do you put random, like can you see what random like things mean certain things in certain contexts, like, you know, if I put a mango on the front door, like does that denote something?
Mango.
Like, you know,
we've got a mango, and when you slice the mango, it means in the avocado, it means something completely different than a whole one, right? Now, I don't know.
yeah.
I'm going to tell you, you know, you guys know I'm older, right? And I never knew this pineapple thing.
I mean, I would have thought, like, you know, a bunch of bananas would have denoted a swinging party, but you know, whatever.
Why?
I don't know why it's a pineapple, but it was something because Mrs.
So
Eric,
weird.
I mean,
So
there's
strange.
usually as many women involved as men. So,
Yeah, true. Well,
so
you know.
I guess a bunch of bananas and peaches.
that would make sense.
But a bunch of bananas and just like a small sort of like a small sack of peaches. Yeah,
Maybe in a
Yeah,
cornucopia.
like
You
a
know?
nice fruit salad, right?
like
I don't
Gonna
know.
toss that
Bottom line
in.
is we did not go over and knock on the door to find out.
I'm
Minded
very
our own business.
surprised that you didn't even suggest that if she wanted who is participating in that,
Yes.
that she could just go. But
And by the way, Vickiness is right. It was an upside down pineapple. Yep.
showing experience there, I think.
Hey,
Yeah, if you know, you know, right?
you know,
Like,
you know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care how we know for her. We don't care.
exactly.
But yeah, wait. There are cottages in Ohio. Commander Starscream. Yes. There is a nice inn, and they have probably 8 cottages, big cottages. Which big cottage is like main room, bedroom, and a bathroom. Okay, that's like in a deck with a hot tub, right?
Mm.
And it's gorgeous in the fall where all the leaves are changing and things like. I like to go there in the winter too. By the way, October is like sold out like 6 months ahead of time. But yeah, it's gorgeous, and there's very bad reception. It's probably an hour outside of Columbus and a little south. So yeah. And by the way, it's great hiking trails. Not that Eric hikes, because we all know Eric's not gonna hike. Okay. I didn't hike when I could run 15 miles without stopping. Okay, so but there are gorgeous waterfalls and streams and walking trails and all kinds of things around this place. It's gorgeous down there.
Idyllic.
It is a little bit. It's nice to get away, no technology, which is, by the way, really nice about the guinea pigs and the guinea pig cam. I have not seen my kids so far away from their phones for such extended periods of time every day since they've been here.
Well, that's good
They
then.
just leave their
That's
phones
good.
and they go in there and they just hang around them, watch them, they feed them. I can't believe after 5 days they'll eat out of your hands. They are.
So that is a really good sign.
So, yeah, Dawn Ray's on her phone. So yeah, please just listen to her well. So yeah, that's kind of. So now we sidetracked there. But let's go back. Let's go back to the mining changes.
Well, I mean, is Dawn in a position where she's not dawning and driving? Like,
I am about to park, so yeah.
hey, nice.
Oh, by the way, one before we do this, because Flufflehamster came up here. Don't know how that name got in here, but I put his Sothrasil thing up. Give me a break. The Flufferhamster, the original name that my daughter considered for her hamster was not Bacon. It was Fluffernutter, which I
You vetoed.
Can you imagine?
Well,
yeah. Come here,
if anything, yeah, if anything, just to not have to explain as to where that particular
I
name
just
came
said,
from.
it's just too many syllables for your hamster to remember, because they will remember or not hamster, but guinea pig to remember. They will remember their names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fluffa. Yes, Fluffy. All right.
Bloody.
Mining.
Yes.
So CCP is making a new site or a new anomaly that's going to spawn from asteroids being pulled into the sun, and only in specific systems that have a specific sun. The average region has 3. Some only have 1, some have none, some have 5 fountain. And they will be making these new ores that are concentrated typically in one mineral with little sparings of the others. Isogen, pyrite for some fucking reason, Zydrine, and Megasite, I believe.
Yeah. So one of the things that like confuses me a little bit is they want to like so You said that it seems as though CCP doesn't want to sort of create these sites so that they're like easily abusable by large mining vessels like raw cores, right? Because even though raw cores are pretty terrible at mining nowadays, they're still capable of mining to a small degree, right? That's accurate, right?
They're still very good at mining. They just destroy a lot.
Oh yeah, they're inefficient, right?
Yeah, and the rocks inside these sites are like concentrated 3 times of whatever rock ore they do or mineral better than the next competitor. They're very, very concentrated, but there's very few of them. We haven't gotten any info on the cycle times or the true dispersion of them. We're all just like guesstimating at it. And the site that's on CC, if you want to play with it, is not what it's going to be in the end. Because
I think we may have
Lost
lost her a little bit. See, this is the reason why why oh, there we go.
Why we wanted her to be done driving? Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
to try to stop trying to take over my internet. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's all right. It's all right. We just lost you there, thinking that
So it's blue moons.
didn't want you
That you suddenly didn't love us anymore.
That's true.
that too.
So Liquidator said Delve has 3 blue moons with the ore.
Yeah, like specifically A0 blue moons, or blue stars. Sorry.
I wouldn't call using the find function on a list of systems calculations. Okay.
Is that a dig to me?
No, that's a dig to that Reddit guy who made that list.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, all right.
Well, I mean,
I know.
A dig to you if you want.
I mean, no, it's not a case of being left out. Because I was using the find function to find moons in a list, to find certain star types in a list as well. So
I mean,
I thought that was to me
perfectly fine. My first course of action was putting it in a fucking spreadsheet and just using filters because that's way easier.
So at some point, I need to learn how to do that kind of stuff, because yeah.
so supposedly they're making these to help with the bottleneck issues. But, you want to be even easier? Fix these bottleneck issues?
That's by not
just
bottlenecking
silly.
it to A0 blue stars, maybe.
Just putting the belts back like they were in 2018.
Yeah.
Why is this so hard? No one wants
Because that involves doing something CCP doesn't know how to do, Dawn.
So, and I do have
they're
to.
wrong.
I do have to say something with regards to the old school, the old scenario of mining that CCP seemed to think was too excessive, right? And people use people use Delve back in that kind of time as an example, as a reason why it shouldn't have been that way, right? But I think the thing is, a lot of people who naysay about it and complain about it don't actually realize that Delve wasn't special,
No.
In any particular way, shape, or form.
Well, it was a bit special in the way it is laid out, right? There are
areas of the game that are so much better.
Delve
much better.
Delve was special in one regard, Mac.
Pick a point in sort of the drone regions and tell me that it's got less less systems reachable by a single super cap kind of like
No,
point.
no. That's not how Delve was special. You want to know how Delve was special?
Mm.
Delve was special because Delve was full of people willing to put in the work.
Yeah, but that's not a function of Delve. That's a function of the
No, but
people
that's
in
how
Delve.
Delve was special.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is Delve wasn't special. It was the people who resided in Delve. That was the special source. And that's what I'm saying is like, you know, if you had the determination and you had the people who wanted to do it and were willing to put the resources down to do it, you could do Delve in almost any location in nullsec and probably be as profitable, if not more profitable in certain places than Delve ever could have been. So it's a case of like, if you think about like, if you're complaining about like, you know, what Delve was at the height of like the raw cool sort of mining craze, then you really don't understand that like the reasoning for that was nothing to do with Delve. It was entirely down to do with Imperium.
It had a bit to do with Delve. Sure, there are other regions where you could have done the same. With varying amounts of work you would have had to put in, right?
Yeah.
Delve has a few things going for it that make it a bit easier, but a few other regions have the same thing, right? You can easily control the ways into Delve from a central point, for example. Right?
But Delve still had NPC space as well.
Yes, it does have NPC space, which is a downside.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there are a few other regions that are slightly better than Delve.
And those are fairly expansive regions that overlap each other as well. Like, we're not just talking about a single region. We're talking about, like, you know, for example, like, I mean, let's just call it what it is. Like, Dronelands area, right? That's like an area of like 4 or 5 regions that have no NPC space, kind of overlap each other in a whole multitude of different ways. And in certain places, like, you could put down a super cap kind of umbrella from a single location and cover what would likely be, you know, 2 times as many systems that you would be able to cover in Delve. And the output of that would just be ludicrous.
Yes, but do you actually need that amount of systems? Like, it's better to have systems that are slightly closer to each other, so you can actually also protect them.
I mean that's where
without jumping all the time, right?
Yeah, but that's also where you know, that's also where infrastructure and jump bridges kind of like help in that regard as well.
Yeah, of course.
I gotta head because I gotta go to family thing. So
we'll see you, Don.
Wow, Dawn, Jesus Christ! We're actually talking about like your topic, and you just like basically just,
I mean,
just blanked us and just decided
we can go back to talking about guinea pigs.
Yeah, I want to talk about guinea pigs and you know, like putting random fruit on the door. Then,
so if you want to talk about cute animals, here's a neat little tidbit. I actually looked up if it's legal to have capybaras as pets.
What are they?
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised to find out that it is actually legal to have capybaras as pets.
Mm-hmm. Look at that! Their Teddy was
capybaras
getting into
like
with.
Wasn't the most like one of the most adorable kind of videos on the internet? A bunch of capybaras like in a pool with like a bunch of oranges or satsumas or whatever.
Or like
there was like,
or you know, chilling with basically every other animal.
Yeah, it's the image of the capybara with an orange on its head.
Yeah,
it's like complete zen, just absolute chill.
I will say,
yeah.
If like for the Germans, if you have enough room for them, then you are totally allowed to have them as pets, which is unusual because we.
Sorry, say that
generally
again.
We have, if you have enough space for them, right?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
they are quite large for rodents.
Oh right, capybaras. Yeah. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
the largest rodent. So yes.
I don't know why, but I thought you were talking about Germans there. Like, and I was like,
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
if you have enough space for them,
space
you can
for-
keep
for
Germans as
Germans.
pets. It's true.
Right.
It's true.
Just
But you do have to
remember-
make sure you have enough space for the Germans.
Yes, and they have very special dietary needs, right? They need at least
they need
at least 3 kegs of beer every day. Yes.
and
four,
at least
four
a bratwurst a
bratwursts.
week.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
The
On occasion, you can give them a kebab.
I will tell you that my 12-year-old originally wanted a bearded dragon lizard. This is the girly girl cheerleader, daughter that she's just like, I want a bearded dragon. I want a bearded dragon. That we've got her off.
Why?
But bearded dragons are cool.
Yeah.
They are cool, and I do have a friend I used to work with that, her bearded dragon like hangs out with her on her lap and eats fruit and it's awesome, right? And but Mrs. Eric is not going to have a lizard. Okay.
Right.
They had a really cute one and a really cute chameleon in the cages when we were there. It doesn't really surprise me because her grandmother used to keep chameleons when she was her. So.
If she's not a fan of lizards in the house, then just plant a shit ton of what is it? What is it that snakes love to congregate in? Fuck it. I can't remember. Yeah. It's a certain type of bush, certain type of shrub.
Vicamus says, I think he's referring to the bearded dragons that live for like 15 years. Wow.
Mac, snakes congregate in certain types of bushes.
Yes, they do.
Are we back at this way?
We're back at BDSM, yeah.
Yeah, that's really
Yes.
bad. I'm just shaking my head.
Put a certain amount of put a certain type of put a certain set of like branches of certain trees on your door, and then you'll get you'll get some.
You get the right bush, you gonna get some snake. Oh.
God's sake.
I've lost control. I never really had.
We've lost control of.
I've never really had
of the room.
Okay.
I was gonna say that means you had control.
Yeah, and that's what I said though. I never really had control. Yeah.
Fern. That's what I was thinking of.
What?
Fern, like trees, bushes, shrubs, fern shrubs, something like that.
Ferns.
Yeah.
Ferns.
See, they're not really bushes, trees, or shrubs because those are all plants, and fern are not.
Well, yeah, because they're fucking ancient, right?
Ferns are just ferns.
Has anybody, speaking where snakes hide, right?
But what I'm saying is, like, snakes are, fucking ancient, and so are ferns, and so, it's like, not saying that snakes like, familiarity, but like if they did, then they would be all in the ferns.
Has anybody watched the prequel to Yellowstone? You guys watch Yellowstone at all? They had a prequel. Tim McGraw and his wife in it. And you guys watch that?
I haven't. Well, what's Yellowstone in? Like, what? Which rando chat like a streaming service? Oh, Paramount. Yeah, that's why. Because I don't get Paramount here in the UK.
Yeah, so we don't have Paramount here yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
The
Yeah, it's
so
coming
anyway,
to Germany soon.
speaking of snakes,
okay.
right? They tell them all to be on the watch for rattlesnakes, right? And the one girl wanders away to, go, either, relieve herself over by a tree, and a rattlesnake bites her in the ass and she dies. I'm like, why do
go
we
and
have
be a
to have
blatant
this
plot
scene?
point, yeah.
Why do we have to have this scene, right? Rattlesnakes bit people in the ass and they died apparently when they were in the Great West, as you went.
Oh, I was watching. Was it A Million Ways to Die in the West? Like a week ago or so.
No, it was
actually
a
really
pretty.
funny.
I will tell you that that was just like, okay, we needed that scene, okay. But yeah, it was a. I do enjoy Yellowstone, and I enjoyed the prequel, and I probably will watch the next one with Harrison Ford in it. I mean,
Harrison's still making films?
yeah, I think isn't he making a new
Indy
Indiana
5,
Jones? Yeah.
Yep.
He's making a new what? Like a
New
Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude's awesome.
How are they going to top the aliens?
My dad has a favorite Harrison Ford.
Time travel.
Time traveling aliens.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The
and then topping
Mind
that
you,
is the time traveling aliens.
The directors said that rumor is not true, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
my
not
dad-
true. Oh shit, we need
Directors
to
say a
rewrite
lot
this.
of shit.
But did he, right after that, thank people for giving him good ideas?
Curse of Cthulhu. Yeah.
Can categorically state that aliens is not going to be in this film. On a completely unrelated note, the sort of the post production has now been extended by about 3 years.
We had to get rid of all the aliens.
Yeah, and film a bunch more shit and rewrite the plot.
No. Don't get rid of the aliens. Get rid of the mustache on Henry Cavill's face.
That was the aliens.
Oh, the
aliens did that.
aliens.
There we go.
Did you guys see James Cameron talking about the Thanos digital effects?
No.
What
this is some brilliant shit.
I only saw
somebody,
the James Cameron thing
somebody,
saying men need to get rid of testosterone because it's terrible.
Do you mean the snap effects where people
no like the facial animation? So an interviewer asked him asked him about if he thought that the original Avatar had basically forced everybody to up their game on stuff, and if the new one would as well, right? And he basically went on this short little, I won't call it a rant because it wasn't long enough, but he pretty solidly dissed the effects on Thanos, because everybody's talking about how Thanos's animation was really good on the facial expressions and shit, right? And he pretty much did a I mean, look at Thanos. Come on.
Did he do
come on, seriously?
Did he do a Coppola and was basically like, yeah, Marvel films are not cinema? Like
sort of, but he's basically like, I mean, come on. You've seen, because
objectively
right.
They're actually pretty decent. So
right, but so he's talking to somebody. This is after one of their showings of Way of Water. He's like, you've seen what we did. That's Weta FX. That's what Weta FX does, right? Except that Weta FX did Thanos.
Yes, they
have a huge fucking spread on everything they did on Thanos on their website. So it's like, oh Jesus. Did you really just attempt to say, yeah, our stuff is so much better than those guys, about the same guys?
I can imagine that there's teams in Weta that are basically like, yeah, we're the better team.
Right, but at the same time, it's just like, really?
The same company.
They don't have time for that because of all the crunch.
Ah. Well, they should do what, like, Western game companies do, and outsource the crunch to, like,
They already do that.
Asian sort of places. Just like,
They
because that's what
already
happens.
do
Like,
that.
and by the way, I'm not being like racist in any way, shape, or form. Like, that is genuinely what happens. There are sort of visual effects and like various different sort of like effects studios and stuff in like Southeast Asia and all that kind of stuff that basically get these contracts from large Western companies, whether it's game companies or whether it's like sort of
Asia,
studios,
for
that kind of thing.
example,
In India, kind of as well, I think maybe, but like some South America stuff, I think as well. But yeah, like they're basically sweatshops where they get like a lot of digital art done at almost zero expense, and by essentially sort of students.
It's not even Asia, only Asia. For example, there is a German special effects studio that specializes
Oh?
in water effects. So if you have ever seen a movie that has some funky shit going on with water, and even if it's just some, special effect helicopter hovering over like a lake, that is done in a little studio in Bavaria.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
Yeah,
they
but the
must have
thing
been
is,
really
but the thing-
busy
but
with the
the-
new Avatar movie.
But the thing is that specialization, right? That specialization, but it is are they basically? Is it almost indentured servitude there? Like, are they being paid well? Are the working conditions okay? Because like, what I'm talking about are places which don't really pay their staff that well, work them ridiculous hours, and
I mean,
expect them to be doing ridiculous amounts of overtime that aren't really paid.
I just want to remind you that a special effects studio won an Oscar and had to file for bankruptcy the day after.
Oof.
So, yeah, it's kind of fucked up how these studios are.
Managed as well.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fair.
It's not even managed. It's just the whole industry is putting all the pressure on special effects,
Mhm.
and then just offloading all the problems to them as well.
Yeah, that's a shitty thing to do.
By the way, it appears Bacon has joined the other two.
Oh,
Yeah, Bacon is in the foreground there with his one hair. Oh, there we go. We're running.
going on underneath me.
He's got one ear that has no hair. The one facing us as he's out there, right? That like he's got brown ear, and then like hair. Trying to figure if it's a receding hairline or what's going on there. I don't know. He's only 6 weeks old.
It's a fashion statement.
It's a fashion statement. He's shaving it at night. He's in there. He's got one really sharp claw.
I gotta look edgy.
He's a rebel.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah, I've got to look edgy.
If you get him at the right angle, he's got a little bit of a mohawk. It's super.
Oh, in that case, he's definitely edgy, trying to be edgy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe
Punk
Dirk
pig.
is his role model.
There you go. So yeah, just I mean, I was looking over here, looking something up to talk about, and came over, and there he is. He's hanging out in a location where he gets hand fed. By the way, it's his hand feed location.
He's like,
And,
I want to get hand fed. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, well the door just opened and the kiddos came home, so who knows? You may see a hand.
Right,
feeding
yeah.
him soon, right? So
A Pavlov's reaction,
Oh,
seemingly.
Food is always good.
So I want to GB.
Yeah, the question is,
GBE
what's the Pavlovian reaction? Moving to that spot or feeding the guinea pig when you see they're in that spot?
It was.
Yeah. Who's
That pig's
playing
got,
who?
That pig's probably got those
Okay.
kids trained by now.
So I'm the one who feeds them in that spot, right? So I come in there in the morning and I fed him this morning in that spot, and the feeling's mutual. It's a mutual Pavlovian response, I think, because I will.
So the pig's got you trained, is what you're saying. All right.
Yeah. This morning it was him.
It's like cats. Cats
By
have
the
us trained.
way, see, so
absolutely.
the one wiggling his butt, that's Teddy. and he's probably, purring, which is his like, leave me alone, get out of my way thing. So he'll chase Bacon in a minute or something. But when he's wiggling his butt like that, man, it's like I'm in charge. And then
Jason Bacon.
Bacon's gonna bite his ass and he'll probably run. Probably the next thing to happen. Look at him, there he goes. He's gonna bite his ass and they're gonna run. He didn't really bite his ass.
Oh,
they
God.
do scare each other. It's funny, like if you touch them, they'll sometimes, when they're not expecting it, they'll run, right? And when they touch each other, they do the same thing. It's funny as hell. So I don't know what GB Live is talking about the working conditions in his fortress.
He's playing Dwarf Fortress.
What is Dwarf Fortress?
Oh, I've heard of that before. I don't know why though, or what it's about, or what it's to do with.
It's an indie game made by a single developer that's super complicated.
Okay, yeah, I'm out. Tapping out.
Oh, okay.
You said
Okay.
super complicated, right?
Yes, like hella complicated.
You're a dwarf. Build a city.
Look, there he goes. Teddy chasing everybody. There he is.
Shit will get complicated at you.
But we have the alternate. Look, Bacon's like, I'm not putting up with this crap. I'm just going to hang out in my little.
So it's come up with a graphic version. Does it mean that you can use a mouse with it, or is it still command line? Because I imagine it's probably command line if it was an old ASCII game.
Mush, right? Mush code, right? Or mud code, whichever one you prefer. Functional GUI.
Oh wow, it does actually have a graphical user interface. My God.
It's not
It is transcended to the modern age. Clearly.
I am going to tell folks, right? One of the things I hated about Atlas on the regular servers, right? If you claimed an island and all the island, PvP, that was just a pain in the ass to deal with. Okay? And it was horrible. Supreme Gaming, which is a group of folks who I think just rent gaming servers and then do income from managing them and things. They do a hell of a job with their Supreme Atlas server. They have a PvP area where you go in there to fight, and it's fun, and you can do it. And then they have PvE areas out there where you can build and do all your stuff, and bring your ships in the PvP area. It's like great fun, guys. So if you guys like Atlas, it's out there. Anybody who wants to join me on Atlas, right? We're out there and join Death and Taxes. Right now it's only me. Everybody else right now is playing Dual Universe that usually plays. And I just don't have the time through peak season to go with it. So Dual Universe is great fun too. Building your own spaceships, just PvE in spaceships is just a pain in the ass. It's terrible. That's just my 2 cents on gaming in general.
Doing shit is terrible.
What?
Well, the thing is,
doing shit is terrible.
I think it's more along the lines of having a super deep immersive experience in a game is great, except the having to put the shit ridiculously huge amount of shit ton of time into it in order to actually get to that, to get some good stuff out of it.
Here's what you got to do in Atlas, at least on Supreme server. You have to go and you have to get gold, which isn't that bad. Okay. You can get it very quickly. The other thing that's great is they've created Supreme things in there. So there's a Supreme warehouse, there are Supreme farms. Throw 2 Supreme farms and just keep them fed with wood. And by the way, if you hear the sirens in the background, they're not coming from me. It is probably Santa Claus coming around in the fire department truck to all the little homes here.
They're coming for the guinea pigs.
They're coming for the pigs.
No! That's right. Plug live.
But in Atlas, so you keep them fueled with wood, and you keep your warehouse fueled with wood, and it just gathers all the stuff you need on the island if you have good stuff on your island, right? And brings it to your warehouse to a central location. So you don't have to spend all the time you had to getting tames or manually to harvest wood and thatch and all that stuff. And you don't have to do that, and you don't have to do it individually, right? You just let it happen. It makes it so much nicer to play a game. I can do things, I can have cool things, and I don't have to work super hard, but I still have to build them and design them, right? So it's kind of cool.
Okay.
I like sailing in Atlas too because I like sailing, you know. And that's the other thing. I like sailing. You can put things out there and you can actually have sailing things. They're coming, right? Oh, you guys already got them. They were just out front. Did you get your dad a chocolate bar? My brother. Oh, Jesus.
No.
No.
Why would they do that?
They got their brother one though. You know, not me, not Dad. No. It's our volunteer fire department. They drive Santa around all the clans in our township.
And they refuse to get you a chocolate bar. All right.
My kids, yeah, they just don't think of Dad. You know, Dad only bought them guinea pigs. You know, set it all up. Skylar Nightfire.
Whatever the hell your name
Skylar
is.
Nightfire. There you are. Welcome into the chat here.
I thought you were talking to one of your kids.
Yeah. No. You know what? The Supreme Gaming servers are really not that laggy. And in fact, very rarely are they laggy. So it's kind of cool. And they've added a bunch of NPC pirates and Viking ships and all kinds of stuff that you can go fight too. That are pretty cool. I like fighting some of the ships, the Black Bat pirates, because then you get skeleton crew. So you can crew everything with skeletons. It's kind of cool.
That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah. So and then they have if you're sailing solo, they have a repair tool, which is another NPC that will repair on a reduced rate if you're in the middle of a fight or something. You can make them a pirate too. And they have glass now. Glass is cool. And the worst thing I thought about Atlas when they released it was that if you put a wall up, it was up, and you had to demolish it to take it down. At least on the mod that they're using on Supreme, you can put everything out there, and it's called the GC wood or GC stone or whatever, GC glass, all that stuff. It is removable. So if you place something somewhere and it's not where you want it to be, or you want to redesign a ship later, you don't lose all the resources that you just used to build it all. That's really, really nice. So, and the fact that you can tame pretty much anything with pretty much anything. You don't have to go find hay to tame horses, right? You can tame with strawberries. Riding horses is cool. I do enjoy that. So yeah.
Riding horses is indeed cool.
Yeah, so Supreme Gaming servers, pretty awesome, guys. They're free to play. You don't have to pay, but you can pay them a monthly fee to I guess have extra features and things or stuff in the game, right? So yeah, sailing's great. They also have
Soft knows a few people who really like horses. So
yeah, horses. The also the they have.
Are we back at?
We lost McLeod actually. The sails that they use are a lot better too. They have enhanced sails, right, for the ships. So yeah, it's great. So let's. What happened? Oh, we completely lost McLeod's feed, guys.
Oh
no, not his feet. How is he going to walk now?
Back.
You know what?
Let me see what the fuck
that really is a body bag behind him. His buddies came in and they're putting somebody in that canister. That's what's really going on. Show that on live stream.
I think something happened when I mentioned that Sothra still knows people who really like horses.
I know he hacked you. He's
Something happened there.
something.
That comment wasn't appreciated by the gods.
Internet
I don't
gods
think
are
that's
low.
appropriate.
least not the horse
for
gods.
Twitch.
No, not the horse gods. No.
Watching Yellowstone, you talk about horses a lot, so it's kind of funny. And GBEV's name. There you go. There you go. We're having a blast.
I might end up being slightly distracted at this point in
That's
time
okay.
because
That's okay.
There is
Hey, so I have a
there is an England there is a war going on between England and France right now.
I understand. The
So it's basically 2/3 of English history. Okay.
okay.
Yes,
So,
yes.
two-thirds of English.
There's a slight grudge going on in Qatar at this point in time.
Go England. Sorry. Isn't it time for France to, surrender the game at this point? I mean, do they blow the opening whistle? I mean, how long does it take?
I mean, they tried, but the Qatari banned white flags.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So I have a question for the staff. We can figure something out here live with our users.
Yeah.
The 24th is Christmas Eve.
Usually,
is.
yes.
And
Typically, it is. Yes.
No, wait. But it's 2 Saturdays from now.
Only this month.
It's a show day.
May I remind you that a lot of European countries celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve and not on the morning. So I will not be here.
That's what I'm saying. And by the way, New Year's Eve is on the 31st.
Again,
Typically,
only this month.
on a Saturday when we would normally be on the air. That's why we're discussing it, right? The 31st, right? Because that's 2 Saturdays in a row. I think I will actually be at the Jeff Dunham concert. Whoa, we running around up there, huh?
Well, welcome to Obvious Hour on Push to Talk.
So I'll be at the Jeff Dunham thing at 3:00. So I will definitely not be doing the show. I'd say weekend of the 24th and the weekend of the 31st we will be on hiatus. Just so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
that's fair.
Good. So next Saturday will be our holiday show, the 17th. As long as they're which is my mother's birthday.
Yeah, mine too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing. We've got
Anniversary of the first powered flight.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
So so that's that is so the 24th Saturday and the 31st Saturday we will be on hiatus until the 7th of January, the new year. I like working for a company that actually that does the week after Christmas. You're off. That's nice.
Isn't the 7th a Sunday though?
7th is a Saturday on my calendar.
If the
31st is a Saturday, then the 7th is a Saturday, Soft, because the 1st is a Sunday.
Right,
and 7 days after the Sunday would be the 8th.
Oh yeah. Don't mind me.
There's that German precision, folks.
I'm trying to figure out. Should I
He uses spreadsheets for that precision.
Should I create a guinea pig Twitch channel so everybody can just watch the guinea pigs 24/7?
I mean, you mix the guinea pigs up with predicting World Cup results. That you could make a lot of money out of that.
Absolutely.
There's been 2 suggestions for them, right? But of course you can't find these things. My one son works at a laser storm place, right? And and they have really cool vests for their laser storm guns and everything. He's like, we need little laser storm vests for them, right? And I'm like, yeah, we need to mount little laser beams on their heads, right? Like, sea bass. So they can run around.
Thinking.
By the way, they do make hats for them, right? They make Santa hats and Santa suits and everything, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
But yeah, and then of course, my suggestion was let's put little Amazon delivery guy vests on them,
Of course it was.
But I like the lasers, like freaking laser beams, right? So yeah, so they're a little active now, a little later in the show, hanging out, running around. So yeah, so yeah, that's that's my thing. But McLeod, don't you have a new thing going on too?
Not a new thing. I've been doing it for 3 years, but but basically every so often I put like an upside down pineapple on my door, and things happen.
Yeah. You know what? You should put an upside down pineapple on that New World stream that you do. We're going to talk about that. You got like a New World stream, right?
Yeah, so I've been doing a little project with Commander A's for it's basically we had our anniversary in terms of our first show, our 3-year anniversary. So we've had a show basically going on for like 3 years so far, and it's doing good. It's doing good. Like we're pulling a few thousand people every show, so that's really awesome.
Don't you have like a 2,000 or 2,100 viewer average?
Yes, somewhere around
pretty
about
big.
that.
It's a big deal.
which is pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. We are cheating somewhat by we have an embed going, but like that is purely based around the fact that we have somebody who runs a really good website that really likes our stuff and wants to promote it. So
knows how to embed video in the
and knows how to embed videos and in doing so, allows a decent amount of income to actually come in via ads. In actual fact, like it's quite surprising. And I have mentioned this to some people at INN. They're like, you got a website, that has traffic, and you could put an embed in there that can help, the shows, but and it is something that is entirely and totally sanctionable. Entirely and totally sanctioned, not sanctionable, but entirely and totally sanctioned.
Yeah, those two
by
things
Amazon.
mean something slightly different.
Yeah, they definitely do. Like it's embeds are entirely sanctioned by Twitch. Because the Rolodex that you have at the main page of Twitch, like that is an embed essentially. So, and they do say specifically in the terms and conditions that, embeds are fine.
Yep.
What's not fine are viewbots.
Viewbots. Wow. Never even realized that were a thing.
They're like GoBots, but with bigger eyes.
I think there's nothing more annoying
anime bots
than auto-playing embeds.
I swear to God, Salt, for a moment there, I thought you were going to say nothing more annoying than Autobots, and I was going to have to get really annoyed.
Yeah, you can't do that. Skylar Nightfire wants to ask an Eve-related question. Sure, you can ask any question.
What?
Oh, of course.
You could ask it.
Yeah. Doesn't mean we'll pay attention to it. I'm sorry. No.
I mean, we might not. There might not be the sort
Dawn's
of
not here, so
Dawn's not.
Yeah.
By the way, since we're in World Cup, while he's writing probably his question, right? You notice I have kind of a little bit of a crooked nose here, right?
No.
You don't notice that? A little crooked. My daughter knows. That is actually the result of a soccer injury. My freshman year of high school went up for a header, and two of us went boom. I was knocked out. I was out cold from it.
Oof.
Then I got that. Oh, yeah. I got up.
Are they ever going to keep you down?
I got up again, and my coach said, "Do you want subbed out?" And I said no, and I kept playing. And
Nice reference there.
I was midfielder, and
was good,
I kept going, and then after about 5 minutes, I said, "No, I don't feel good." I left. By the way, it was the game before homecoming at the high school, so I was like all black and blue and everything. Great, fantastic. Why are you guys so interested with TKE lately? Yeah, what is TKE? And Will Fitzgerald.
The Carvalho expanse? Maybe?
Yeah,
TKE, the Carvalho
TKE
expanse?
is Cavallo expense, or are we interested in Cavallo expense? The fuck do we want a Cavallo expense?
I'm not.
Did you see like 5
Damn.
goons flying around? Because
Yeah.
you realize how many people are in this coalition, right?
If you saw a bunch of people randomly come out of a wormhole, like they're just day tripping. Like, they're not really, well, they're not even day tripping. They're literally just like roaming around for stuff.
If they're goons, they're probably just tripping over themselves.
Yeah. If they're goons, they probably didn't even realize that they were in Cavallo Expanse. They just came out and was like, "Oh, stuff. Let's fly around, see if there's stuff that that we can that allows us to shoot things." Like, or that complains in local. Like,
Oh crap! People, what the hell is this?
Was that the Eve related question?
That I believe that was the Eve related question. Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I'm not impressed.
Wow, like people have to impress you.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, yeah, he's German. Was that mean of me to say, by the way?
Probably not.
Okay, just making sure.
I mean, he's German.
Last time I checked, yeah.
Well,
See?
I mean, this is like,
It's not like he's going to get upset about somebody pointing out that he's German.
This is the lead up to January 1st for me, man. That's our big German meal. That's exciting. I told my mother she's not getting a Christmas present unless we can have like Thanksgiving dinner again Christmas Day, and she just told me to shove it. Really, she's such a mean mom.
It's so harsh.
It's a little harsh for you. I mean, I'm her kid. We grew up with this, and then she changed the rules.
Yeah. You should say that she's gotten bitter in her old age.
A little bitter. Oh, by the way, she says it with...
What the hell is that even supposed to mean, though?
She says that
I'm her kid. How could she do this to me?
No, but she just smiles and says it with a lilting laugh, right? I'm like, does that make it more evil? I mean...
That means that she's literally just trying to get a rise out of you, mate.
No, that makes it...
No,
that makes it your mom.
No. This changed many years ago, and I'm unhappy with the change. I've been unhappy for a long time. I talked to my therapist about it, and he says, "Be honest with your mom," and I am, and she just makes fun of me and moves on with life.
Of course she does.
I
would too.
I expected more like I talked with my therapist about it, and he said, "Please stop coming here. I don't know who you are."
It's like Johnny Drama when he's trying to get into his therapist at the like in the last season. Everybody's watching him on. Freaks out. Guys, did you guys ever watch Entourage? You have not.
That was a series that I definitely missed. It was very American.
Go back to it, man. Just stream it. You just laugh. The best one was when Ari Gold comes into the office to fire a bunch of people, and the people know they're fired because he shot them with a paintball gun. Okay, I mean it's just like the greatest I'm firing people scene ever. Not that I'm pro firing people, but it was just funny.
Says the small business owner.
Yeah, I know.
Not that I'm into firing people, but
every first week in January, if you, I've got a van accident story for you guys if you would like to know about that.
Oh, goody.
Okay. 2 Amazon.
You always have the best stories for
Oh,
us.
this is. By the way, my buddy said, "Oh, you win that one. You win 2022. You're the winner." Okay, that's what they said. I have the text somewhere to prove it. 2 vans load out for a company, right? 2 vans load out. Right? Well,
2 vans load out, 1 returns.
2 van, 1 cup. What?
Yeah, 2 van, 1 cup. Right? So they're driving down the highway in separate lanes, and one driver just decides, "Hey, I want to move over and go in the other lane." Don't look. Don't put a turn signal on. Don't anything.
Say that.
Boom.
That can't possibly go wrong.
Yeah. By the way, there's 2 side view mirrors. It's not like you can't drive them the next day, right? Takes 2 vans out with 1 shot and scrapes all down the side. Now the one sliding door doesn't open. It's just. I mean, I'm sitting there going, and by the way, it's okay maybe if it's just maybe your person who hit another company's crime van or something, right? Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Same company.
Well done there.
Yeah. You think that one's making it to January?
Why would it be
Nope.
okay if he hit a different company's
Well, I'm
van?
not going to say.
If
Well,
he took out one of the competition? Or
no.
Because then it's I didn't know they were there.
So it's really it's really hard to get vans for December because you might normally run 30 or 40 routes and you're asked to run 50 or 60 routes a day. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And getting those
December.
vans are number one really hard, and getting parts for them are impossible. Okay. So basically, 2 vans
what you need is
boom, they lose side view mirrors. They can't be run anymore. So that's 2 routes you lose a day from now until. You can't replace the vans. You can't run them.
So but they lost opposite mirrors, right?
Yeah, so you just
combine
swap one onto the other.
No, the doors don't open and things either.
We form Voltron van.
But
Vantron.
make 1 van out of 2.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not that easy.
It's the opposite sides.
You can't get the mechanics to do it.
Mechanic.
I mean,
get yourself a goddamn wrench.
That does not sound. Does not sound American enough. Like who needs a mechanic for this? Like take it into a shed and weld it yourself.
Weld it yourself.
It's easy. You get the driver who fucked up, and you tell him you fucked it up. You fix it.
Yeah. You have to take the driver door off of one, and you have to take the side door off of the other. But the problem is, it's the frame outside stuff that's preventing them from moving. So you have to do body work.
Why would you have to take?
It's weeks of work.
Eric, why would you have to take the driver's door off of one and take the side door off of the other?
Because the driver door and everything went and messed up the passenger door and the sliding door.
Right.
No,
but
Eric.
But if you're taking the side door off of one, take the side door off of the other one and put it on the first one. Because the driver's door on that one is still okay.
Can't be done in time. There's just insurance claim.
How can it not be done in time?
I don't know. I mean,
no.
I'm no mechanic, right? I've worked a bit on my own cars.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain I could do that in like 2 hours.
I was gonna say it took me less than a week to turn 2 Volkswagen Bugs into one that worked.
I'll fly you both down.
And I was just an idiot with a screwdriver and a wrench.
Yeah, fly us down. We'll fix it.
Yeah. The GBE they just get grounded at loadout. You can't get away with it. Yeah, it's just, I don't care. It's just, your own people destroying your own stuff. It's just crazy. I didn't look. I just moved into the other lane. I'm like, guess you don't really know how to drive, do you?
So, here's a question that came up for me. Because I've been watching some dashcam videos lately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're. I mean,
And
Yeah,
the
those
they're-
never
thing-
get posted unless
the-
something horrible
the-
has happened.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is you're never going to get dash cam footage of people doing nice things and
Yeah,
being
this-
kind to
No,
each
no,
other.
Everything was fine
actually,
today.
this guy also posts nice things like people letting semis come through and shit like that. But yeah, this one thing came up. So on the German autobahn, there is a traffic rule that you always have to drive as on the furthest right lane when possible. And I was wondering, does that law exist in other countries?
Sort of.
Yeah, you're supposed to ride in the right lane. In our
Yeah.
state, you get if you ride in the fast lane, and there's no reason to, you can get a ticket.
Yeah,
Right.
like you're only supposed to be in the leftward lanes if you're passing someone to your right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of issues here with people driving in the middle lane at like 100 kilometers on the autobahn, where you
That's
might
just
know
sad.
you have no speed limit usually.
Yeah, that's just.
Do you have a lot of freight traffic or sort of like sort of logistic traffic that like use
the problem
the
is
slowest
the
lane?
problem is so if there were actual like semis on the right lane, then they are allowed to be in the middle lane, right? Because they are
Okay.
overtaking them.
Yeah, no,
But I'm talking about completely empty autobahn, right? And just
Yeah.
people driving 100 in the middle.
Yeah, that's just that is that's just people being awkward fucks. So
I mean,
yeah,
if
and
you're
if you're being an awkward fuck, like
it's
you
also
should.
very much illegal.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like if it's illegal, then yeah, like get fined or whatever the fuck it's meant to, whatever you're meant to
Then
get.
get
with that.
fucked,
Like,
you fuck.
but yeah, like if it's not illegal, they're being a dick, and if they're being a dick, like it makes sense that you might want to as a nation, um,
As a nation.
prevent that kind of thing from happening all the time, and fining people is a good way of doing that.
So yeah, question to chat, like is that actually a thing in your country? That you have to drive on the right lane when possible?
Watch all the Brits come back with yes.
Or left lane in Britain, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because for whatever reason we decide to do the other opposite.
Yeah, you and Japan and Australia still?
in
Well, yeah, because all the drivers were British.
It's carried it on.
This is really strange. In my new car, I have two settings, right? I can electronically change everything from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, right? I can also change everything to, hey, I drive on the other side of the road. Just push a button. It says switch everything so that everything electronically functions like you drive in England. Really weird to me. I think I'm just going to throw the car on a boat and sail over there to England just to try it out.
I was gonna say, like, what, you press a button and the driver side swaps to the passenger side, like
over, yeah.
Yeah.
just darn.
I'm
That would be kind of cool. That would be pretty insane.
But no, but it switches everything. So
Yeah.
turn the indicators to turn left. They
turn right.
Yeah.
They turn right, right? Yeah. No, I'm
the speedometer's the other way as well. Like,
apparently they didn't want to embed the feature in whatever electronics are in there, right? So they just put it as an option, I guess, when they put it in the other one. But it's settable, right? It's really weird.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's just the weirdest thing to me. So, yeah.
That's pretty fucking weird.
I know. And when I think about that, right, that's like Caddyshack, right? Judge Cooper, get this car off the golf course, and he goes to reach, and he goes, no steering wheel, right? And he goes, put that steering wheel where it belongs. I love that scene. I love that movie. I love that movie. You guys like Caddyshack? Have you guys ever
One of
watched
Ted
it?
Knight's
I haven't
best.
seen it.
Caddyshack. Did you say you've never seen it?
I mean, I don't think I've seen it. I don't think
I was
I've
gonna
seen
say,
it either.
Eric, did you not hear Mac or basically
Like-
respond with "What the fuck is that?"
Caddyshack.
Yeah. You got to watch it. You gotta watch
Are we back at BDSM?
No, no, we're at,
I don't think it's that
we're
kind
at
of
Bill
movie.
Murray.
It's like
it's not that.
by the
it's
way,
not that kind of shagging.
it is.
Okay.
It is a
No, shack, as in like
Caddyshack.
small house.
small house where the
Okay.
where the golf caddies wait to be.
He's
sent out.
he's just hearing things how he wants to hear them. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, it is soft. So.
You know, it is the one movie though that's like a normal movie, right? And Rendis will know this, right? It's a normal movie until there's one sex scene where it's like, oh my god, we've just like it just feels like 70s porn, right?
Oh, it is Caddyshack.
It was.
Am I wrong there, Rendis?
You're not. I mean, but it's the early '80s, so it kind of was '70s porn.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
I
they were
mean,
trying to figure out what they could get away with.
but it's like the lighting and everything is normal, and then you come to this one scene, and it's just
It's
like,
a National
oh my
Lampoon
God.
movie, of course. I mean,
I mean,
Oh, okay.
By the way, the
What's-
sex scenes in
what's
Animal
the-
House weren't that bad. weren't like that. It just gives
no,
this really
but then
creepy
they've gotten
vibe.
away with those. So
Yeah.
you know, once National Lampoon gets away with something, they're gonna go bigger.
It's
I mean,
funny.
watch some of some French movies. They definitely got away with a bit more.
a bit
Nah.
more. Nah. No, it's
The French never get away with anything.
And I was just talking about like the lighting and the music and the tempo. I mean, it's just like, whoa, this is like not even the same movie. Just
You know what keeps the French from getting away with anything?
the white flags that they carry in their pocket.
The English
French?
exist.
Oh,
I don't know. At the
how
moment,
is the game
like,
going? What's the score?
it's 1-0 to France at the moment.
Oh, fine. Be that.
Yeah,
way.
yeah. So it's
Try and give you guys some credit for keeping the French in line.
Hey,
Go
like we need like
completely screw it
so for one thing, like, you know, the British always need to be the underdogs. So like you can't be the underdogs when you're a 0-0, right? So
I personally, I'm rooting for England to take it all. That's what I want to see.
No. Is Japan still in?
Okay,
I don't think so. No.
number
Oh,
one.
I'm just-
damn it.
I'm
mean-
just happy with the
Yeah.
way the American team performed. They did exactly what was necessary. They lost, so the rest of us can stop caring.
Well, no. They got to the 16, right? So they
No,
did
they
really.
didn't.
Right.
Mhm.
They made a respectable showing, and then they lost, so the
Hold
rest
on.
of us can
You
stop
gotta
caring
wait.
about soccer.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait for the end of that. They got all the way there so that they could split their winnings with the women's team. Do you guys know that?
No.
Yes. So what is it? They won 16 million or whatever, and yeah,
Did they?
they then because of the pay agreements between the two national soccer teams, they split. And the women ended up getting more for the US 16 appearance than they did for winning the women's.
Yeah. That sounds about right for
Yeah.
American
It's
sports.
a good payday for the women. So yeah, I mean, but that's just a fact of their pay arrangement now.
Mm-hmm.
Seems odd. By the way, I just looked up, the kilometers per hour. 100 kilometers is just 62 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going,
Yeah.
They're
on
driving
the-
real slow, is his point, Eric.
Yes.
I get that. I get that because, we went down to 55, remember, Rendus. Nationally, you had to be 55. Now we're all the way back up to 75 in some locations, right? And,
yeah, my normal is 120 kph, so like that's about 75-ish.
So as you go into cities on major highways, right, you get into the industrial zone, right? You're going 70, and then it goes right to 55, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm I live right on the edge of where that happens, right? So if I go where I am, I'm north of the city. If I go north, it's 70. If I go turn south, it's 55, right? And nobody drives 55 on the way into the city here. It's like 80 or get out of my way.
Well, yeah.
80 or get out of my way. So if you're going 75, you need to be in the slow lane.
Well, that's the whole point of the slow lane. That's for the speed limit.
But
The
Slow
other
lane,
two lanes are
slow
for
lane is
everybody
up to
passing
the speed limit, and then it's if you need to be overtaking, then you're overtaking.
you're not allowed to speed overtaking.
The hell you say?
That doesn't sound very American.
I'm not going to say where my normal is. I get the wife and kids and everybody going
Right
on
around
vacation.
95.
Surely people get pulled over, and if somebody like wags their finger and is like, you do realize that you're going over the speed limit.
Hold on.
Isn't the usual response? Hang on, like, who sort of like restricts themselves to the limit? What are you, English or something?
No, the usual response is, I didn't realize this wasn't no free country no more.
Oh yes, that's a good point.
No, the best.
Wait,
the best
isn't this
response,
a free country?
The best
Goddamn.
response I've heard to that. The best response I've heard to. Do you know how fast you were going? Was, and you caught me, didn't you?
So you were clearly breaking the law too.
What do I say about you? Huh?
Huh? Yeah, you had to catch up, so you were going even faster.
Yeah, I muted myself there for a little bit. Apparently, I swore on the air here, and I looked over here, and the daughter was there, and she's looking very.
She's scorning it. Like,
she was. Her head was tilted. She's very mad. Her hands were straight at her sides, and so I fear something go wrong somewhere. What's going on, right? So I talk to her, and she comes in and she hits me on the arm. She goes, I can't wait till
you expect my father to have potty mouth.
I take videos of her, and I said, I can't wait till you get married, man. The video montage is going to be amazing. Dad's revenge. And she's like, no, you won't have those videos. I'm in a vault. This is going to be awesome. I haven't shared it. You know what? Next weekend, I'm gonna share. Not play it. I'm just gonna share the link. There's a if it's still out there. One of the guys that my sister knew that was in Straight No Chaser. Him and his wife got married, and they were both in the Singing Hoosiers at the same time, and they made what I consider the most awesome marriage video ever, and they played it at their wedding, and it was hilarious. It was like pre and getting married, and then they went into the future of being married and what was really happening in their relationship. It was quite fun. So I'll share that link next.
Oh, it'd be intriguing.
It is funny because they might rip on each other a lot. So I don't want to give anything away. So yes, what else do we have to talk about today? We're up here to the final 20 minutes of the show. We've gone over some of the mining changes in Eve. Anything else interesting happening in Eve? Other than the big battle from last weekend, which was interesting. It's like it was very. Let's do a little thing here, right?
The rando fight on a fort.
Yeah, nobody cared about the fort. They just cared about reducing the super capacity of the enemy, right? Which was, in my mind, absolutely brilliant, considering the cost to replace those, right? I mean, it was... Did we get a final count?
I don't even think it was that. Because I did look at the battle report,
Yeah.
and I did notice that roughly halfway through the fight, when the supers were pulling out, we were way ahead on efficiency.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah, totally.
80
And then we were
20.
just like, nah, so we'll carry on. And
But yeah, we decided to stay simply to have some fun.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Again, we don't give a fuck about ISK efficiency, right? If we had cared about ISK efficiency, we would have pulled out and laughed
If you-
at your measle 20%.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you think that for whatever reason, like if you're still in this like deluded idea that like goons and Imperium as a whole believe in ISK efficiency, then I don't know what to say, because like we have long lost any kind of desire or any feeling or sort of value associated with ISK efficiency. It's all about it's all about the objectives.
Well,
I mean, it has its place, but
once our objective is complete, once we feel like we've done the objective that we needed to, then whether we were efficient or not efficient in doing that, like after that, like we'll have some fucking fun for sure.
Well, that's kind of what I meant.
It's on what level are we talking? Are we talking about, hey, I'm analyzing how like a new FC is doing? Then yeah, you look more at ISK efficiency to see if he understands what kind of targets to go for, right?
Oh
If
yeah,
we're
yeah. Well,
talking, like,
that's
on a campaign level, then no, we don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
But that's what I mean. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like on a campaign kind of level, on a strategic, objectives level. Like, yeah, we don't care as long as the objectives get complete. Then that's what we're concerned about. But if you think that goons or Imperium like are care about efficiency when it comes to sort of objectives in a big fight, like no, we don't.
Yeah,
we never have.
That's kind of what I meant, right? It's like, okay, we blew up another super, woo, right? That's the fun part, right? It doesn't it didn't matter what else we were doing, but yeah, because it's the woohoo. Because hey, that's going to be a little more painful than replacing what we lose, right? And,
oh yeah, you mean that's one of the reasons why we were fine with losing how many fuck tons of battleships on those keep stars?
Oh yeah,
like because we didn't care, because like we can make battleships like at the time anyway.
Yeah.
We could make battleships like crazy.
Oh yeah, that's the fun of the game, right? That right there, those type of fights and things like that. Yeah, be interesting to see if we get another one before the holidays, but I doubt we will.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Someone needs to YOLO their Titan onto a pos at some point in, like, I don't know, some rando place.
Some rando place, but then everybody's got to get there, right? It's gotta be.
That's true. That's
a little
true.
bit close, right? But looking at the numbers, right? We had a big spike there in November, and we're trailing down. But it's still staying higher.
Almost as if it was predicted.
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
Right?
So,
Not like we have that like on video.
No, not at all.
No,
like we definitely wouldn't have predicted it and put it on video in any way, shape, or form in some sort of like casual chatting manner.
never happened.
Nope.
Never happened.
Never happened.
That doesn't sound like
You
us
can't.
at all.
You can't prove a thing.
Can't prove anything. We saw me do it.
Just because you have video and audio of us doing it doesn't mean anything. Like that stuff can be faked. It can be faked these
deep
days.
Fake. It's all deep fake.
Have you not seen? You've not heard of deep fakes? I'll literally just go and
No
buy
idea who these guys were.
They have enough.
I'll go buy. Was it like a an Amazon product or something that and just and fake your voice in like three sentences or
There
something.
is a.
I've heard of Deep Fake. It's a really good song by the band Architects.
There you go. There you go. No, there's enough where we've had technical sound difficulties where we're all muted that they can just make us say anything they want us to say anytime. So, by the way, I'm looking at myself here on video and it looks like I'm just like wearing like an undershirt. Just so you know, this is an actual real shirt.
It's a real shirt, and he's a real boy.
Get out of bed and just throw on an undershirt. No.
Nah.
I have actual pants on too, which is something that
Oh
doesn't
my
always
god!
have.
Who does this? Who does that this day and age? When it comes to sort of internet.
I'm just telling you.
Chat.
I love
considering the weather. You as well.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, and that's nothing to do with being inappropriate on a camera, but it's very much to do with the weather.
Since
that's
talking about
weird,
talking about clothing and it being the holidays, right? Have you guys watched Christmas Vacation, another very American National Lampoon movie?
I haven't watched any Christmas movies yet.
Oh, well, it's an old one,
and I don't plan to.
Not even Die Hard.
Die Hard
is the best Christmas film.
Yeah.
Anyway, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, right, with Cousin Eddie. They still have a website where you can buy stuff that is in that movie. And one of the things that you can buy is the dickie that Cousin Eddie wears Christmas Eve under his sweater. And by the way, you can see the outline of the dickie and everything. You can buy that.
What's a dickie? Are we back at BDSM?
I think we are back at BDSM, or back at pineapples on doors.
May all your pineapples be upside down.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a dickie is?
No, I don't.
Basically,
I mean,
it can be. This one in particular is he's wearing a Christmas sweater, right? And he's got like a fake turtleneck,
bow tie.
So he doesn't have a turtleneck underneath, right? It's just like a little square of material with a turtleneck that you wear under your sweater.
That sounds
right.
weird.
I thought you meant like the slang term for a bow tie, like a dickie bow tie.
Just search Cousin Eddie.
Either that, like it was. I was wondering where you were going to go with the explanation, because I thought like if this is going to be like a birds and the bees conversation to Sothrasil, that.
Well,
Well, you usually don't.
Well, yeah.
You got
this day and age,
By the way, if you guys have not watched Christmas Vacation from National Lampoon, you really need it's. You're going to just be laughing your ass off the whole time.
By the way, Horrendous, I've seen that.
See, that's the Christmas movie I'm waiting for.
Yes, we need that.
Speaking of Christmas movies, there's that new
those blasters are horrendously inaccurate, though. Just saying.
It's
they really haven't zeroed those blasters at all.
They're like the muskets of the future, right?
Yeah.
Haven't you heard the theory that the blasters aren't actually inaccurate? It's they are just shooting.
Is it the sort of like Vietnam sort of untrained soldiers thing?
No, not untrained.
They don't want to actually shoot people.
They don't want to shoot people. Yeah. It's the whole World War I thing again.
Yeah. People deliberately shooting above targets because they don't actually want to kill people but they don't want. Exactly. But they don't want to be looking as though they're being pacifists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parts of it definitely are that.
Yeah.
Like it would in the first movie, not episode 1, the actual first fucking movie. Like they're definitely the escape from the Death Star. They are not shooting to kill, because it doesn't do you much fucking good to. It doesn't do you much fucking good to put a tracker on the ship and then kill them before they can use it.
This is true. Yeah.
Are we applying logic to movies now?
Of course, this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way, man. I mean,
It is the way. I mean, do you not know the way?
you don't know the way.
Do you know the way to San Jose? Ooh, that's an oldie. Like 75% of our audience.
Do you know the way to Amarillo?
Who sang that song? Do you know the way to San Jose?
Mm.
Dionne Warwick.
Well, that's a
Okay.
that's a
Game.
that's a $150,000 question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm certain of it.
Oh.
Nah, can't be.
All right. I got to take off, guys. I'll
All
catch
right.
you later.
We'll see you. We have 8 minutes left. I mean, you can't wait the last
I know.
8 minutes. I mean, Jesus
I know.
Christ.
I know. I'm getting dirty looks because I'm running late.
From who? Your cat?
No. People who are
They
waiting for
always
me.
give you. They always give you. But
The cat always gives me dirty looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got some friends who dropped by and we were gonna do some stuff and
And they're peeking back in, going like,
The problem
"Still,
is-
you're still
the problem
here."
is- they
Are we back at
always
the
run
Swingers
late.
Club?
Yeah.
Look, the problem is they always shut up. Not you guys.
The
problem
real-
is they always run late, so I told them to get here early, figuring they'd get here on time.
And they got here
It's
early.
Well,
fucking
you are
time.
late.
They were on time.
You go help them invert that pineapple. You be a man.
Oh,
All right.
That is
Jesus.
totally what's going on. Yeah. I'll catch you later.
Later in the
See ya,
sea. Have
dude.
a great weekend.
Yep.
Proof that the 10 o'clock show is different than the 8 o'clock show. Okay. So what else we got here in the last 7? Count them 7.
7 goddamn minutes. I guess 7 minutes is kind of like a ample time to do one last things, right?
It is. It is.
I thought we were gonna do more BDSM jokes. I'm kind of running out though.
Oh god.
I don't know. I just couldn't. You know, he's probably using canned pineapple anyway. So.
It's like it doesn't work too well if it's a can of inverted pineapple on the door. Like,
I'm gonna put that on his on his little. I'm gonna put that on the corner of his little picture. Dole pineapple
how do
in a
you-
can.
It's
upside
just-
down.
Like, how do you know that a slice of pineapple, like a canned slice of pineapple, is upside down or not?
The can is upside down. That's all you need, man.
Oh, the can is upside
the
down.
can's upside down.
Upside down.
You
You know
know,
what?
I do understand where the like. You know what I mean,
You know, I can't
a
believe.
ring of pineapple. When is it upside down, and when is it the right way up? Like,
You know, Warhol painted a can of Campbell's tomato soup, man. I bet he would have made even more money if he did an inverted, dull pineapple. Dull pineapple. That would have been his big artwork. I think. There's a pull tab. What's the pull tab? Hold on. If you've been a swinger for a really long time, you probably get tired of pineapple. When you get the canned pineapple. So, I mean, do you do the
there is a
heavy or
leading
light
to that.
syrup or
There's a-
natural juices on the canned pineapple? And does it matter?
I mean, I think if you're a swinger, you're all into the natural juices.
Natural juice.
I mean, pineapple
Golf clap.
does make sense.
Golf clap. Excellent. Look at him. He's slapping so hard he can't even show his face
Oh
on
god!
screen.
Sorry, it's just, that was you teed it up. I had to fucking swing at it.
You sent that down the center of the fairway.
If you're going to a swinger party, shouldn't you avoid pineapple? I mean, considering the effects it has on taste.
Well, just remember, it's the fruit that eats you back.
There is that. Yes.
That was more funny to me than you, I guess.
Well, I'm German. I have no humor.
Well, we know that. Yeah, that's a shame.
No, you need a humometer.
I'm sending him a bag of sauerkraut for New Year's. It's terrible. Pull tabs on your
Jesus.
pineapple. I'm making a joke. Like canned pineapple. I'm sure there's canned pineapple that have the pull tabs now because all the
Yeah,
the
no, for
soups
sure.
have the pull tabs, right? You don't have to use your little can opener anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was really sad during Thanksgiving. I have to go buy one now for Christmas too because
I mean, in all honesty, only communist countries don't have like ring pulls on their on their cans these days.
It depends how cheap you buy your cans. I still have the same can opener that my great grandma used to use. So
the turn one. What's it?
No, not one of those turn ones. Like,
is it
one of those leather ones?
I mean, the thing is, back in the day, those can openers are probably made like fucking crazily good.
I'll get it.
Get it. We need to show this.
You could probably take that can opener, considering that it's actually as solidly built as as it is, and probably open up a fucking Russian tank these days.
Here it is, folks.
There it is.
Oh wow! Yeah, that is the lever one.
Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is,
and you're proud to use that, aren't you?
You just sharpen this edge, and it's good to go again.
Nice.
That's the one where it pierces the top and pushes it in, right? And you go around it, right? Manually, you just turn the can, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we've had one of those in America since the turn of the century.
Probably not. I mean, you can't get them here anywhere as well.
Ours actually cuts the outside of the can around it so that it's not sharp.
And because it's so long, right, you have a lot of force on it, so it's really easy to open the can.
It's so long, so you have force on it. That's good to know.
Yes.
He's almost laughing. We almost have him laughing. Alrighty. So let's is that your one last thing, Sostro? You have an old can.
Yeah, that's my one last thing.
Okay, there you go. McLeod, what's your one last thing?
Well, I mean, I was gonna mention that I got a new PC.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And it's a tiny little piece. Does
it actually have a bottom there? Because I think it's just a hollow box. I don't think
it's got like it does sort of have a bottom, but like that's where the the IO is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So
that's pretty good.
When'd you get it? Why isn't it set up yet?
It's not set up yet because I need to get a Go XLR Mini to get it to really work, and I also need to get a copy of Windows. Hopefully,
it doesn't
Windows
come with a free
10
copy of Windows
Professional 64-bit. Yeah, so like I need to do that, but like it's one of those things where that's an okay price for a Christmas gift. So I have it on like a I have it on a wish list, as it were. So I'm just it's chilling and waiting for Christmas to come and go, and I'll probably be able to set it up and stuff. So
all right, we look forward to it. Maybe the video won't go out again.
Yeah, well, you never know. But that's to do with connection. Really, but that has nothing to do with streaming.
By the way, I didn't have to reset your stream at all. It just started again when you started sending me.
Isn't H.264 as a codec great?
Yeah,
it's awesome, isn't it? Like,
Eric uses the right freaking codec.
We didn't have a single camera freak out this time.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, so my one last thing is actually about New McLeod. If you haven't watched McLeod's New World Order show,
yes,
you should check it out. It's great and it's strong. He's got lots of followers. Because I check out your stats. They might be pretty good. They might be pretty good.
I mean,
consistent. By the way, you're always out there. You got great stuff going on there. So we're super proud of you, McLeod, for doing that and what you're doing over there.
Thank you, buddy. I'll drop a link in chat.
Yeah, drop a link in chat for sure.
The funny thing is, Dunk Dinkle's kind of been in chat every so often, recently in when we've been doing our shows. It's been kind of interesting.
Cool.
I'm not expecting him to sort of suddenly perk up on chat in chat, and that's happened. And I've been like, it's nice to see sort of familiar faces.
Absolutely,
great.
Absolutely. So yeah, wish you great success in doing that, and Soth, I'm gonna wish you a little, that you could laugh once in a while. Maybe. Don't get mad at me. So that's about it, and that's about it for the show this week. We will be back next week, the 18th. That'll be our Christmas show, so you guys are all welcome to dress up like Santa or elves or stuff.
I'll see if I can
Or
put
not.
some some tinsel in a tree
I might
in the
order
background.
Cousin Eddie's Dickie and wear it on the show. We'll see how that
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching the show this week. We appreciate all your time and the fact that you're fans of the show, and all the followers and all the subs, the resubs. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. All right, and we are out of here. Everybody say bye. All three of us.
Bob.